Hello, Niner Empire. Let's talk about that big loss that we just had against Philadelphia Eagles. First of all, if you haven't hit that like and subscribe button, and do it now. Um, also, turn on the bell, hit the bell for the little notifications. All right, let's get to this. Let's start from the beginning. That 4th and 3 play ain't that big of a deal as everybody's trying to make it out to be. Kyle needed to make a judgment call really quick. He didn't make it. Um, could have went either way from where he was standing. Sucks, but that's what happened. Um, if he had a little bit more time, I believe he would have challenged it and we would have won it. And yeah, we would have had the ball at like midfield or something like that. Instead, we gave up that touchdown. So we go into our first drive down 7-0. Not a big surprise, not that big of a deal. But the biggest deal was that Purdy injury. People were saying he was scared to keep him back in. The dude was 2 for 2 for 19 yards and possibly has to have Tommy John surgery. I'm not sure where you guys are getting your information that he was scared. The dude has balls bigger than your fucking head. That's what I'm going to say about that. People are also blaming Hassan Reddick for targeting and trying to rip off and ruin Brock's arm. That is not what happened. I have coached football. I have played football. That is a very typical go for the arm that the ball is in, try to knock it loose, try to get an interception, try to knock off timing. It's something defensive players and especially defensive linemen are taught because you're not always going to make it to the quarterback to get the sack, but your arms are usually long enough to disrupt it somehow, some way. Get your hands up, block, swat at the arm if you're close enough to hit it. You might jar it loose, get a fumble, or you might make him throw a bad errant pass, and it might just go to one of your guys. You get a pick. That's part of football, guys. It's not something he was out there trying to maliciously hurt Brock Purdy with. It sucks. It sucks, but it's just what happens. Other than that, like I really don't want to dig in too much on Brock's injury. It's gonna hurt, especially if he has that Tommy John and he misses all of next season. Like um, some reports are coming out that he might need it. It depends on the MRI today. Hopefully he doesn't. Praying he doesn't. But if he does, I'd say we go get a viable backup, like I don't know, Gardner Minshew is about the best thing I can think of at the top of my head. I don't want a Tom Brady. I don't want Aaron Rodgers. And I sure the hell don't want Baker's Mayfield. You bring Baker on this team, that's just asking for drama in the locker room. And I really don't think that the Niners would ever go that way to begin with. And if it comes down to it, do you want Nick Bosa or Baker Mayfield on your team? I'm taking Nick Bosa 10 out of 10 times. There'll never be a doubt in my mind. I don't want Baker. He can go home and go do whatever he wants to do. As far as Tom Brady, we've seen what happens with quarterbacks in this system. I would like for that not to happen, but we would have to count on Kyle not to make the bonehead decisions he makes sometimes, like putting a third string receiving tight end on a second best pass rusher in the league. That's pretty obviously you should not do that. The guy is not known for his pass blocking ability, but yet again, we have Kyle thinking he's going to outsmart somebody, and when they line up, it's 11 on 11, Kyle. It's not getting outsmarted if you're literally letting the guy just plow into a receiver, pretty much a slot receiver. The dude's built not very tight endish. Like you look at Travis Kelce, you look at George Kittle. These guys are monsters compared to this dude. Um, it is what it is. Like he should never have been in that play. Never should have been in that situation. Big reason why Brock's hurt. But if Brock does not need that surgery, I don't want Tom Brady because he's 45 years old and yeah, he's just going to break after like 3 or 4 games in this system. we don't have the pass protection enough to. I mean, we do, but we don't at the same time. Like if Tom gets hit on one of these freak plays that Kyle likes to call once or twice a game, it could be the end of his career really quick. Um, Aaron Rodgers, on the other hand, I am not wanting to trade for him because the Green Bay Packers are going to want so much for an Aaron Rodgers, and it's not worth it to me. We have a whole bunch of pieces. Let Trey learn and grow in this offense. Um, Run the same offense with Trey as you did with Purdy. Um, do not use him as a power option back. Like that's ignorant. You did this with RG3, Kyle, and you're seeing the same results. I mean, you can't do the same thing over and over and expect a different result. I mean, that's called insane, isn't it? The definition of insanity. Uh, you can't do that. We just play the bootleg option, like bootleg, and the pocket presence. He's going to have to get used to. You guys going to have to get used to going through all his reads. Hopefully, watching Brock do that will help him grow a little bit, and he can help. Those two can if they can compete this offseason, that will be the best thing for the both of them because Trey has the bigger arm. Trey is bigger. He's more mobile, but on the other hand, you got Brock. He is a quick processor. He can get through all of his reads within a few seconds, like quick. Um, and he can figure out which one's open even quicker and get it, that guy pretty quick. He doesn't have the big arm that Trey has, no, but he does have elusiveness skill. His 10-yard split is pretty damn quick. If like everybody said that our season was over against Miami, I didn't believe it because I had watched him in his college tape and then I watched his preseason, and the dude looked like he could ball. I thought for sure in the preseason he was gunning for Trey's job at that point. I was sad that we brought Jimmy back, but then kind of got why we did. Um, we got as far as we did because of all three of those quarterbacks. Um, Without those three quarterbacks in there doing what they did, we wouldn't have gone as far as we did, in my opinion. And hopefully, D'Amico Ryans is going to be signing here pretty soon with Denver. I hate to see him go, but he does deserve it. Hopefully, we can find somebody to replace him. And as we were replacing him, hopefully we can bring in another offensive coordinator that can keep Kyle in check with these foolishness plays. It's tired of seeing him. Tired of I like Kyle. Don't think he needs to go anywhere. I just think he needs somebody to keep him in check when he's overthinking things, and that's going to be hard to come by because, I mean, who can tell a Shanahan what to do in football? Not many people. It's going to be what it is. I'd like to see us trade Debo. I know it's not going to be a big thing for everybody around here, but Debo had his run with us. He got his bag, and then he bailed out. It's clear as day to me that's what happened. It's been like that all season. Unless something comes out in the offseason saying how injured he was, I just really don't want to see Debo come back. And if he does come back, I want to see him in better shape. I don't want him I want to see him on Twitter talking shit to other players because guess what, Debo? You shat this game up too. Every one of us, all Niner players, pretty much shat the fucking bed. It is what it is. But Debo, you gotta go hit the gym, bud. You gotta get in shape. Stop eating the fucking Twinkies and ho-hos and ding dongs and stop eating the fucking Sour Patch Kids or whatever the fuck else you're eating, dude. Stop sitting on Twitter and hit the fucking gym. Go work out. Work on explosiveness. Work on hand and eye coordination. You drop way too many passes to be getting paid what you get paid. So I really wouldn't mind seeing him going. I like him, but I just think he's getting paid too much to do nothing, and or very little. Because I can't say he did nothing. He does do some. He just does very little of it. I'd like to see another elite pass rusher from on the opposite side of Bosa. I get they're very hard to come by, but we definitely need. It doesn't even have to be an elite pass rusher. There's somebody that can generate 10 sacks themselves a year, or at least 8. We can't be doing this with 2 or 3 sacks on the whole defensive line, and then Bosa getting 17 and a half this year. That's ridiculous. Other people on that defensive line need to stand up. Same thing with the interior D line. We need guys that can rush up the middle too. On 3rd and long, I don't know how many times I saw the quarterback just step up in the pocket, find his lane, and run out, bail out to one of the flats, and then just whip it down the field after because he's got 5 seconds instead of 3 now. The back end can't hold up all day for all those 3rd and longs. Like we need to generate pressure up the middle. We need to generate pressure from both sides. Try to take a play a little bit out of Philly's book, except for, I mean, they do have 6 defensive linemen going into free agency this year if they don't re-sign them or tag them, which could be really bad for Philadelphia if they can't re-sign all of them, or if they can't re-sign 3 of them. I think it's Hargrave is going up. I think Reddick might be going up. Cox is going. Fletcher Cox is going to be a unrestricted free agent. There's a few more. Just can't think of them off the top of my head. But yeah, they're not gonna be able to pay everybody and Jalen Hurts since he's the MVP candidate on that team. Dude's good, but I just don't see him as an MVP candidate when. Yeah, you guys had the number 1 scoring offense all year. You guys did, but that wasn't all just Jalen. You guys had plenty of good players on that team to help Jalen out. And if you sign just Jalen to the big contract and get rid of those 6 defensive linemen, you guys are screwed. And the NFL will pay all 6 of them. I'm sure I'd be happy to have a couple of those players on our team, especially for the rush or pass rush. We are great with our interior linemen stopping the run. Armstead and Javon Kinlaw are fucking amazing at it. I love it, but on 3rd and long, you could drop those 2 out, bring in 2 pass rushers, bring up the middle, have 4 pass rushers at once on the line. Yeah, I think that'd be the best bet for us. Hated that we ever got rid of Buckner, but I also know why we did. He was way too much money, especially when we thought Jimmy was going to be the next Tom Brady. Okay, so... And I like to also see us get Jordan Mason and Ty Davis Price involved in this offense a whole lot more. Take some of the weight off of McCaffrey's back, man. Like we can't load up McCaffrey with 25 to 30 carries a game. Like that's not going to be sustainable for him. We're going to run through him just like we ran through all of our running backs that we go through because we like to overuse one when one has the hot hand. If you never give Mason and TDP the chance, they will never grow and show you that they can actually do it. I also like them because they're more of a change of pace from Christian. They can run between the tackles. They can hit the linebacker and put a linebacker on their asses. But they, like I said, they need that chance. They need the opportunity. They need to be able to play. And with Kyle always wanting to play this, I'm going to go play with only just my favorite guys. It's really not helping any of our other guys out, man. So Kyle, pull your head out of your ass. Stop calling stupid plays that are not going to fucking work, that we all know aren't going to work. You even should know it. You're a genius, dude. Like you say you're a genius. Do you think that would work against Bosa going up against Tyler Croft? Do you think Croft could block Bosa? No, then don't try it against the second guy in the league that's just as good as Bosa is. Like, Hassan Reddick is fucking good. He's been good. Stop playing stupid games, Kyle. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't want Tyler Croft solo blocking the worst defensive end by himself. Like, I would not want that. The dude is way too small. He's just going to get mowed over. These guys are getting paid too. Other than that, guys, hope you like the video. Hope you like and subscribe it. If you do, hit that notification button. I'll be posting every day as much as I can. Even throughout the off season, I'm going to post every day just to try to get this thing going. I'm new to YouTube and trying this stuff, so show me some love, man.